Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Tension in Aso Villa as two Buhari's ministers draw battle line. Fight Dïrty in Abuja over tariff. Tension in Aso Villa as two Buhari's ministers draw battle line. Fight Dïrty in Abuja over tariff. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. President Buhari's minister has drawn a battle line with our communication and digital economic counterpart. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed has drawn a battle line with our communication and digital economic counterpart, Isa Ali Pantami, over the planned collection of the increased tariff of 5% on internet data and phone calls, 9 News Nigeria learned. Against Pantami's threat to stop implementation of the increased tariff on telecommunication consumers, saying it will scuttle the growth in the sector, the finance minister said government is going ahead to implement the new tariff hike no matter the opposition. She said the 5% hike has been in the Finance Act 2020 but was never been implemented. The finance minister made the remarks during a stakeholders meeting that was organized by the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC). She was represented by the Assistant Director, Tax Policy in her ministry, Musa Umar. Henceforth, the 5% excise duty will be collected by telecom operators and payments made to the federal government on a monthly basis on or before 21st of every month, the minister said yesterday. Pantami had rejected the planned implementation of 5% excise duty in the Nigerian telecom sector. He expressed his disapproval for the policy at a telecom forum in Lagos that was organized by the Nigerian Office for Developing the Indigenous Telecom Sector, NODIT, an agency domiciled in the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC). He said that he would explore every legitimate means to stop the planned 5% excise duty tax on telecom consumers, faulting the timing and process of imposing the tax on the telecom industry, insisting that part of the responsibility of a responsive government was not to increase the challenges citizens were facing. I have not been contacted officially. If we are, we surely will state our case. The sector that contributes to the economy should be encouraged. You introduce excise duty to discourage luxury goods like alcohol, but broadband in the telecom sector is a necessity, he told the gathering in Lagos. The development has made Wike to attack Buhari, wondering why he hasn't sacked Isa Pantami. Minister of Communication says Pantami must resign immediately. But the finance minister said Pantami cannot claim to be absented in the whole process that resulted in the Finance Act, which is a product of both the National Assembly, and the Federal Executive Council (FEC). Ahmed said Pantami was involved in the making of the Finance Act, which spells the said exercise tariff hike policy. Therefore, he could not obviously have had a point in these dissenting views, even as the National Assembly could not have contradicted itself on this matter, because the Parliament had passed the finance bill before President Muhammadu Buhari signed it into law, she said. Mrs. Ahmed said the federal government introduced telecommunication services in line with the Finance Act. Nigeria is one of the largest telecommunication markets in Africa. Available report from the NCC shows 4 categories of operators: mobile GSM, fixed telephony operators, fixed wireless internet service providers (ISPs), and other operators other than mobile and fixed telephony (ISPs). Subscriber number continues to grow substantially, having increased from about 180 million subscribers in 2019 to over 200 million active subscriptions in 2020. This represents an increase of over nearly 11% in total subscriptions. Moreover, many countries in sub-Saharan Africa such as Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, Kenya, Rwanda, Ghana, and Burundi currently impose excise duty on telecommunication services, ranging between 5% to 20%. The excise duty on telecommunication services provided in Nigeria, introduced through the Finance Act 2020 with state re-enactment on 1st January 2021, is yet to be implemented to date. The government said the delay was to consider the need to ensure reasonable transition period before the implementation of the new tax, as well as providing clarity to all stakeholders on implementation modalities. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section